The Corn is Green is a really charming film. It's not perfect. I feel like the pacing wasn't great here and there, and the character of Bessie wound me up so much. But she's meant to. She's not meant to be that likable, and I'll talk more about her in a bit. But generally, I really enjoyed this. I only discovered this because of Katharine Hepburn. I'm watching all of Hepburn's films. I absolutely love her, and I love her role in this. This film was released in 1979, directed by George Cukor, written by James Costigan, and it's based on the play written by Emlyn Williams. I've never seen the play. I've never read the play. I might be quite curious actually to get my hands on a copy of the play. Um, just to see what it's like and see what the differences are like. Plus, I really like reading plays. But this is about a woman called Lily Moffat, played by Hepburn, who sets up this school in this coal mining town in Wales. And she's teaching the children, and there's one student in particular, Morgan Evans, who has a really great way with words. Not perfect, his spelling, leaves a lot to be desired, but Miss Moffat sees something in him that's quite special. And she kind of takes him under her wing and coaches him with the view that he will go to Oxford. That's kind of what she wants for him. She sees this great potential in him, the hope that he will get a scholarship. But Morgan kind of thinks he belongs in the coal mining village and that's what his destiny is going to be like. He thinks having dreams of Oxford is above his station. But whether or not he comes around to the idea or indeed is good enough for an Oxford scholarship, I won't say. But I do think that there's a great sense of motivation in this. There are arguments that people shouldn't try and be above their station, but I personally think one should always try and improve themselves in any way that they choose, whether that's academically or they want to develop a new talent or always trying to be the best version of yourself. And Morgan has such great potential. But more than that, he's interested in it. He taught himself to read and write. So it's not like Miss Moffat was putting this pressure on him. It's something he was interested in. He was keen to read more, to learn more. But he still had this nagging voice in his head that was telling him, and indeed other people in the town or the village were telling him that it's above who he actually is. And I don't think that's ever true. I don't think anybody who comes from a working class background should ever feel like they can't aspire to be more if that's what they want. And Morgan's got a lot of internal battles to deal with as a result of this. Bessie is a character who wound me up. And actually, I don't want to say too much more about her, but she does cause some problems for Morgan at one point. And I really hated the character. Brilliantly played by Toyah Willcox. Ian Saynor plays Morgan, and the acting across the board is absolutely fine. Katharine Hepburn was a joy to watch. I love the attitude of her character. I think she's absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed it. As I said, it wasn't perfect. It was a little slow here and there. They could have cut out quite a bit of it. The whole thing is maybe an hour and 40 minutes, if I remember rightly, and I think they could have done it in an hour and 20 without losing anything. But because I love Hepburn, I kind of just adored watching her anyway. But it's a really moving story, very inspiring, and I liked it enough that if I ever see the play, or I ever see the play as near me, if anybody's putting on the play, I'd consider seeing it. Definitely would consider it. There's also an earlier film version of this with Bette Davis from 1945, which again I think I might see to see how they compare. But for now, I'm very happy with the 1979 The Corn is Green with Katharine Hepburn. I'd say it's worth checking out.